Liitokainen is a Finnish lake that looks exactly like Finland. It's a lake in Finland that's the exact shape of Finland. It is very interesting. Much more interesting if I could actually send a picture of it. But I really can't. This is why I don't stream. I only sit in on other people's streams and play games for them. That the stream can't see, because I'm not streaming my stream to them, my game to them, my screen to them. Do. The Jimmy has returned.
Yeah. He's gonna be streaming standing up for a bit. Because my ass hurts.
Also, I just realized something. Kane was going off on us earlier for drugs, even though we didn't say drugs. Meanwhile, he's the one posting pictures of Weed Cat in the chat. Weed Cat emojis. Listen here. It's Grass Cat, not Weed Cat. It is Weed Cat. And grass is another slang term for weed. Checkmate, Kane.
Who's gonna play stands up?
Ah, yes, Bulbasaur, a weed turtle.
It's a frog!
Is it a frog?
Yes, it's technically a frog.
Oh,
what?
Okay.
Why would Bulbasaur be a turtle when you have Squirtle in the same generation?
Ah, good point. I don't know why I said it was a turtle. But it doesn't seem like it's a frog either. It's a poison type with actual drugs. Okay.
Sorry if I sound weird, I am standing up.
I just don't really see the frog. I mean, maybe Toad, but like,
They're related. Close enough. Ah yes, stature.
I don't know, Kane. I'm not an amphibian expert.
He's not Amphibio Man. He's Fun Meat Fact Man.
Methamphetamine. Methamphibians. I can't even pun correctly now.
Methamphibian?
Oh my god. No, Kane, I am aware that roads aren't amphibians. Obviously, roads aren't amphibians.
But what if roads were amphibian?
Toads are amphibians, Kane! I literally just googled it. They are amphibians. They are amphibians, Kane. I looked it up. I don't know what makes them different, Kenny. As I said, I'm not an amphibian expert.
I think they're just bigger toads. Bigger frogs.
Yeah, true. Toads do tend to be bigger than frogs, but...
Maybe that's just the difference, that they're just bigger than frogs.
I'm pretty sure the main thing is that frogs... No, that doesn't work either. Kane, just understand that humans classifying animals is just really annoying and hard to do. Just classifying life forms in general. I mean, the general consensus is that it's a mammal if it has hair. Meanwhile, the coconut.
The coconut nut is a big, big nut. If you eat too much, you get very fat.
From my understanding, toads are basically frogs with better stats.
Ah, yes. Frogs with better stats.
It's like how swans are just geese with better stats.
That's just upgraded geese.
Honestly, one of my favorite threads was, it was like a Tumblr thread of basically like the Greek gods designing platypuses, platypi, whatever the hell plural that animal is.
Perry?
And it's basically just them getting drunk and high designing animals. Like the meter or whatever. It's like, hey, where the hell do you want me to put this thing? And then everyone just says Australia. Because of course it's Australia.
Alright.
Not really hard to know. I've been meaning to watch, I think I've said this before, I've been meaning to watch Space Battleship Yamato 2199, but I haven't gotten around to it. That's the main one I've been meaning to watch, but I don't really watch anime now.
I've been watching Bakugan, which is technically an anime. So I guess.
Oh my gosh.
What happened?
Just missed an attack 2 turns in a row. And
Bruh.
because of that, like, bruh.
Bruh, I just got hit by a dragon breath, got paralyzed, and immediately got fully paralyzed the same turn.
Bruh.
That's a bruh momentum. A brumion momentum, if we could even say that. Wait, am I still muted? Oh no, okay. Fog jump.
Oh, there's actually like an anime about God designing the animals? Okay, that sounds comical.
Crunchyroll, good the heavens.
I mean, another like classic anime I've seen stuff on that I probably should watch at some point is Space Pirate Captain Harlock. It's an old Japanese one.
I feel like you'd like Space Dandy.
Space what?
Space Dandy.
I've never heard of that.
Shit, that's how it's named. Anyway. My genius sometimes frightens me. I haven't watched it either, but I have also heard great things about it. Also, Cowboy Bebop, another anime I haven't watched, but that I've heard that it's very good. But there's a ton of teenagers who used to watch anime that would like the dumb teenagers was like harem animes. A lot of them. There's a couple of good ones out there. But good lord, they're basically all the same. Billy Series 67. Cowboy Bebop is a classic. You know what I haven't watched, but I have actually read a bit of? Evangelion. I have a bunch of Evangelion manga in our house for no reason. And sometimes I grab, like when I was younger, I grabbed them and read them. My lord, that's just fucked up.
I mean, I know one debate that's apparently the big thing is, does Avatar: The Last Airbender qualify as anime?
Why so?
Well, apparently that's just a debate people have because it's made in America, but it's in the anime style, so...
I mean, I guess. I call it a cartoon because it's American, and anime is just, you know, Japanese. Also,
I'd say it's a cartoon just because anime nowadays carries a negative connotation. Because of those kinds of anime.
You mean the H ones?
I don't know. I mean the ones who was like, yes, spam the anime girls because anime.
Ah, yes, the
There's
harem anime.
literally no reason for it other than because anime.
Fan service.
No, I'm aware it's not exclusive to anime, but anime has become known for it.
Also, the fact that the Puss in Boots 2, it got like so many more positive reviews than the Way of Water, like Avatar: The Way of Water. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, the freaking James Cameron Avatar. I think all you need to know about that Avatar franchise, the Blue Space People one, is on like one of the big fan fiction websites. It has less entries for fanfics on it than a Russian classic that doesn't actually exist.
Huh?
It's like on one of the big fan fiction websites. There are more entries for fan fictions about a movie that doesn't exist than for the James Cameron Avatar movies. I'll be honest, I haven't watched either of them, and I don't really care enough to bother.
Someone here wanted to battle me. Who are
Oh
you?
my god, that's a crit.
It's you? It is you. Aight, fight me. I want the blood of your Pokemon in my hands. It's a fish!
For corn.
Fish!
Fish.
Fish!
I know one thing, though, is they made like an Avatar The Last Airbender movie, and it was terrible. And the meme is that apparently a while back there's rumors they were making a live-action show version of it,
Oh
and the
no!
meme that was going around was they should get the actors from the really shitty movie to play the characters in the episode where they go to the theater and see the really shitty rendition of the entire show so far. It's basically Pocahontas in space with aliens. Yeah, yeah, probably. Oh, that's what it is. It falls into the trope that like especially Western movies sometimes fell into, where it's the locals are having a problem, but then the white guy shows up and saves them.
Because white guy.
The power of being a white guy. The one thing I have seen though about that franchise that is apparently pretty good is apparently the spaceship they use is actually a realistic spaceship.
Space!
The another actually famous like sci-fi spaceship is actually a pretty good realistic spaceship is Discovery 1 from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh wow.
In fact, like the ridiculously long toothpick ship with the big ball on the end.
Hmm.
I mean, the thing is though is it's more realistic because they actually put thought into designing it as like how would this actually work. And about the only thing holding it back is that like at the last moment before filming, they took the radiators off of it because they were worried people would think it was wings.
Oh. Interesting.
Because that's the thing, if you like look at it, like any like people trying to explain why do all the starfighters in Star Wars all have wings? Like, oh no, they're radiators, guys. They're radiators. Trust me.
I mean, if you look at is it a TIE fighter? Is it a TIE fighter? The one from the Empire.
TIE fighter?
The one from the Empire, yes.
Yeah, the TIE fighters. What
the
about
wings do look like they're solar panels.
Yeah, they're like supposed to be like either solar panels or radiators or something. Except the thing is that they don't require solar power to fly. It's like bonus power. I don't know. It's what it is it's designed to look cool first.
And then functionally sound second.
Yeah, that's how you design ships for Star Wars. Is you design them to look cool first, and then figure out how they function afterwards. Or and then unless you're designing for the sequel trilogy, then you just design the things that half of them look cool, half of them look like shit, and like none of them work.
What franchise again?
Star Wars.
Oh.
Talking about the sequel movies, because the sequel movies are terrible.
Yes.
They're
I
awful.
remember watching the first sequel movie and I was like, oh, this is an okay movie.
The first of the sequels wasn't bad, because it was
Yeah.
basically just the plot of Star Wars: A New Hope, and Star Wars: A New Hope is a good movie. Like,
Correct.
there's like a couple of nitpicks I'd have for it, but other than that, I think it's pretty good.
Ray's kind of shitty. I'm sorry, but
even
if
in
I
the
look over at Ray.
yeah, Ray's kind of too much, and
Also, they
it's like
killed
the
my
thing to have is
man.
Ray. My nitpicks for Force Awakens, the first of the sequel trilogy, is they have Rey be a bit too much main character energy, and I feel like they characterized Finn the Stormtrooper deserter wrong. I feel like he should have been a lot more a lot less like big, energetic, woo. Like especially like during his like initial escape with Poe from the not Star Destroyer, where he's like shooting down like his comrades and stuff, and he's like cheering. He's like, no, he should not be cheering. You should not be. You should like be like, yo, we should like try and like free all the other stormtroopers who were also slaves to the not Empire, instead of just gunning them down all the time. That's how I would characterize him, but whatever. But then you have Last Jedi, which is a piece of shit, and Rise of Skywalker, which is stuck with the fact that it has to follow up that piece of shit and spends half its time working around all the problems implemented by the piece of shit movie.
That's unfortunate. Honestly, okay, jokes aside, the prequel trilogy is funny. Even if they're not great movies.
The prequel trilogy, a lot of people meme on the prequels, and especially they used to meme on the prequels for being bad. But in reality, the difference between the prequels and the sequels is the prequels is a really good plot with really shitty dialogue.
Yeah.
The sequels is a really shitty plot with mediocre dialogue.
Yeah, I can see that. I love that. It's also that there's a lot of quotable things from those movies. Like from the.
But I mean specifically for example, the infamous "I don't like sand. Of course it's rough and it gets everywhere" scene.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's just George Lucas being bad at dialogue. What's actually going on in that scene is Anakin's be like, "I grew up on a piece of shit planet, Padme. I didn't have any of the luxuries you grew up with."
I mean, I do like that line. It's like, I hate sand. It's rough, of course. Gets everywhere.
The other thing though, that the one thing I will say about the prequels that's really dumb is just Padme being the queen. It's less that Padme's the queen. It's more that they go back and say, "Oh no, it's not a hereditary monarchy." If they just kept Padme being the queen the whole time, it wouldn't have been a problem. But then it's like, wait a minute.
Let's make it a problem.
Yeah, it's like, god damn it, George Lucas. That's like the biggest like actual story complaint I have with the prequels. But I mean, another point that's just the good how you're thinking about it with like the famous George Lucas thing was like, it's like poetry they rhyme. It's like you know how people meme on Anakin leaping over Obi-Wan in the "I have the high ground" scene?
Yeah.
And then people also like to contrast that to the scene in Episode 1 where Obi-Wan kills Darth Maul by jumping over him.
Yes.
That's the point.
Wait, what?
That's literally the whole point. Is Anakin's like, I have to prove I am better than my Jedi Master, so I will attempt to defeat him in the way he defeated the last Sith Lord. Only for Obi-Wan to now be expecting that. And it's Anakin's arrogance that causes him to lose. Because that's Anakin's thing, especially in like the Clone Wars, is that he's arrogant as all hell. Especially in the 2003 Clone Wars. 2003 Clone Wars Anakin is like one of the most arrogant characters in existence.
Wait, there's different Clone Wars? Oh, right.
There's the 2003 2D Clone Wars and the 2007 3D Clone Wars.
Wait, 2D Clone Wars?
It's the animation style.
Oh, okay. You're not talking about the actual movies. You're talking about the shows, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a lure command. Sorry, Harpy. I have no commands. But thanks for lurking around. It's appreciated.
But yeah. The 2003 version of Clone Wars, he's so arrogant.
This is where the fun begins. But I really don't want to like uninstall OBS because if I have to install it again, that means that I probably have to put everything back again.
I think another like funny thing though is that none of the clone troopers, literally every single clone trooper in the prequel trilogy, they're all CGI, every single one.
So there's no.
I'm pretty sure even Commander Cody, when he hands Obi-Wan his lightsaber back, is CGI. Like there were no clone trooper costumes made for either movie.
That's wacky.
I will say this though, one of the deleted scenes that I'm so sad got deleted from Revenge of the Sith is the scene of Obi-Wan talking with Padme towards the end of the movie. But it's like Obi-Wan's like, yeah, no, I was completely aware you and Anakin were together. I just pretended not to notice, because it made him happy. And it's so sad. It's actually referenced that deleted scene in the season 7 of the Clone Wars when they brought that back a couple of years, like last year or 2 years ago. When was it they brought it back? When was the Clone Wars saved? Or it's they have a scene where like Anakin hollow calls Padme. They've got Rex standing outside, and then Obi-Wan walks up and like just completely all but says, yeah, he's fully aware of what's going on. And the best bit of it though is this is just Rex's face, and it just has the most oh shit expression.
Who?
Captain Rex?
No.
Best clone trooper?
I haven't watched the Clone Wars.
Bruh.
Like, I know it's a thing. I just haven't watched it. Like, I haven't really been
Why haven't you watched Clone Wars?
I have other shows to watch!
It's so good. I mean, to be fair, the first couple seasons arcs, but it's so good. Can the Apowdons please stop using dig?
Just use
Oh my
Earthquake,
God.
easy.
I'm grinding the rat, so we don't have Earthquake. So I have to switch to the Lattice, but I can only switch to Lattice if I haven't used Sand Tomb, because that's a trapping move.
Man, that's why you don't grind these.
Oh my god, someone just posted something on Discord talking about how if the original trilogy of Star Wars was released today, people would be simping for Darth Vader so hard.
I mean, isn't people simping for Darth Vader still?
Because are you familiar with how the internet was like simping so hard for Kylo Ren?
Ugh! Cringe.
Oh, people were doing that, but it's like, and the person's like, Kylo Ren is just intentionally like bootleg Darth Vader. So imagine like how hard people would be doing for that, and like drawing like their, you know, dumb Darth Vader sexy fan art, and then it's like Return of the Jedi comes out, and there's just old man bald Darth Vader.
Tumblr 6-man Darth Vader.
Hold on. Yeah, literally, because I'm pretty sure this is a Tumblr thread. I'm copying and pasting this. I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh,
so
God.
you can read this. The amount of cringe this person realized would happen if A New Hope was released today. The sheer amount of cringe that would occur.
So I just actually messaged me for spoilers.
Spoilers of, you know, the most famous scene in the entire Star Wars saga.
I am your father. No, it can't be. Darth Vader is
Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
No. Isn't that also the scene where Luke loses his arm?
Yeah, that's the one where Luke loses his hand.
Oh,
Luke only loses
not
his
his
hand,
arm.
it's Anakin who loses the entire arm.
Oh.
Which also, that's the other problem with the sequel trilogy. No one loses a hand. It just doesn't happen. That's the real problem with the sequel trilogy.
You know
no hands
what
are
we
lost.
We did lose a hand. A hand Solo!
Cringe.
I love bad jokes.
Also, you know what was really disappointing? The whole idea of, if you look at how it was structured, is each of the sequels was supposed to be focused on one of the original three heroes as like the leading, returning, supporting character kind of thing. But so Han's the first one, then Luke, and then it was supposed to be Leia, but obviously Carrie Fisher died, so they couldn't have Leia be the main focus of that one. So if only there was another surviving A New Hope character who was part of the original team, who was still around, that they could have brought in to be a major important character for that movie. You know.
Are you talking about Han Solo's friend?
But apparently not, I guess. Yeah, like, you know, Chewbacca.
Oh, you're talking about Chewbacca. Well, I mean, he was with Han Solo, so.
Like seriously, they should have just made it like Chewbacca focus. That would have been cool.
That would have been funny.
Like, back to Kashyyyk, let's go. The problem is, Chewbacca doesn't speak the not English, so.
Yeah.
Wookiees can't speak that language. It's like, alright, fine. Make it R2 and 3PO focused or something.
That would have been such a cool idea!
No, you know what's one of the worst? You know, a lot of the concept art they had for it? Part of the concept art, the final battle was supposed to be done on Coruscant.
Wait.
Final battle was gonna be in the original concept for the last movie. The final battle was gonna be on Coruscant, and like one of the big things that happened is R2 was gonna die.
In what movie again?
They were gonna kill R2.
Wait, hold on, I'm lost right now. In what movie again?
This was the concept art for like the early drafts of Rise of Skywalker. They're gonna have like
Wait,
a
isn't
big old
Coruscant
battle
like...
on Coruscant.
Wait, but it's not Coruscant
And
gone. Or am I thinking of another planet?
which one are you thinking of?
The one that got lasered by the Death Star?
That's Alderaan.
Oh.
No, Coruscant's the big city planet from the prequels.
Okay.
It's where the Jedi Temple was.
And the Jedi
The
Orphanage.
Galactic Senate.
You have the powers, but
That
we
was
do
the
not grant you the
Ecumenopolis.
title of Master. Impossible.
Yes, exactly, that planet.
Damn, Meepy's already nearly level 70. Let's go. God damn, EA not shoving in microtransactions to a game? What is this, the year 2005?
2005, the far future from Transformers the movie.
I was saying 2005 because of Need for Speed Most Wanted, which is simultaneously the single best Need for Speed game and the worst Need for Speed game, depending on the version you play. And that is not a joke. I can attest to that. You know why? The PS2, Xbox, Xbox 360, and PC versions are fucking amazing. The DS version is absolute hot garbage. And I have a masochistic relationship with the DS version of Need for Speed Most Wanted because it's the Most Wanted version I had as a kid. One more battle, you're level 70, come on! Honestly, you know what I'd love to get for Christmas? Fucking capture card for the DS. Or a capture card DS or something like that. Like, you could play games that require the touchscreen. Like Bakugan. And need people to know how fucking good the original Bakugan game was. That shit was banging.
And Bakugan for the DS.
Bakugan Battle Brawl. It's the game that I played the most. Bakugan Battle Brawlers for the DS is an actual banger. Like, the original game for any console was just a banger. It was just a good game. You know the sad thing about that game? You could never get an actual figurine, like an actual physical Bakugan of the protagonist's partner Bakugan, which is Leonidas. That's just sad. And level 70. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Whatever. I guess we have shimmered down now. Wanna talk about
I'll
anything?
be right back.
Hmm? Oh, okay. Ow.
I'm back.
Nice. Oh yeah, why not? That's easy. Nice beam. I think Tara shared it, but there's a video of like ice beam and ice moves from Gen 3. Excuse me? What?
What?
A game called The Hidden and Unknown is $2,000 on Steam.
What?
You heard me. Oh, and I can find it. Oh, there it is.
But why?
Because I have no idea.
Also, it's that time to go claim your free games from the Epic Games Store. The only reason to have an Epic Games account. Get a bunch of random free games in case one you want to play ever comes up.
I have bought games in the Epic Store.
I think like about the only game from the Epic Game Store I've gotten that I've ever actually played, I was like when they put City Skylines on the free offer. I played a bit and it's like, you know what? All the stuff I've seen of people playing this, they would definitely play the Steam version because they were clearly playing it modded. Because oh my god, is the standard game trash? Either that or it's got a whole bunch of DLC that just adds like all the actually useful features.
You inhaled who close to the microphone. I could hear you. I could hear you breathe.
I feel like this would be a lot more entertaining if we had a big chat to talk with instead of like
Yeah,
2 people.
and they're not even here.
Sag.
So.
Sag.
Ah, yes, the anatomically incorrect crow from from the Cult of the Lamb. I need to play that game, but at the same time, it's like. Let's go, level 71. I mean, at least I have like another Pokemon level 70, which is just gonna make this easier. We're probably going to be ready to fight the Elite Four on the next week. On Friday next week. I'll probably see if
Probably.
Mina's interested in playing, well, in being on PND2 tomorrow. Because I do want to stream Terraria this weekend, but I don't know what day. Also, Kane is probably gone to stream, and I don't know if Harpy's done the same. They're both streaming, so I think it's just us two. Well, yesterday we played a little bit of Mario Party, like Mario Party 2, and holy shit, we were laughing our asses off. Like, golly. Like, we weren't just laughing at the AII because it was just us two, like my friend and I.
Oh, you know what we should do? That was the idea. We should get the Stream Boys and play the Among Us.
Yes, we did say that. Oh, wait, we did say for we like, have nothing. I guess next week if she
Among Us.
Nothing. I'm just gonna kill this show and be ready to go downstairs, I guess. So I'm leaving you alone. Sorry, buddy.
How much longer do you think we're gonna go, Jimmy? Out of curiosity. Jimmy? Jimmy? Jimmy's gone. What do we do? What do we do, chat? Jimmy's gone. Rip Jimmy indeed. Is that Jimmy returning?
Oh, hey, Fern. How's it going? Do it. I'm here. I'm back here again. So no need to go me, rest in pieces.